Welcome to my channel. My name is Ron. Today I want to walk you through my basic workflow for raw photo processing. So let's get started. This is the finished product that we're going for today. We're going to be looking at the corrective adjustments that need to be done, and we'll delve a little bit into the creative, but the creative, for the most part, we'll take that to a new video. So let's go to the raw photo. This is how it was shot out of camera. There's no specific tone curve that's been applied to this image, so it's a linear shot of the image. So we'll see here that it is a bit dark. We have some dust and dirt spots we need to take care of, and probably a little bit of white balance. Bonus thing that we're going to do today is convert it to black and white, and then we'll get into a bit of the adjustments within the black and white module, but we'll leave dodging and burning and other creative touches for a future video. So let's dive in. And the first thing we want to do is in the basic tab, we want to go to the exposure. We'll see here that the histogram is off to the left. So what I would normally shoot for is balancing that out across the histogram. And so we have it fairly well balanced in the middle. I think that's a good general exposure. But to bring up the contrast a bit, I want to close the gap in the highlights and close the gap in the shadows. So on the highlights, we're going to bring up the brightness, and the brightness will close that gap. And on the black point, we're going to raise that up to bring the histogram closer to the left-hand side. And as you can see right away, we've got a significant improvement in our contrast. So the next piece we want to take a look at is getting rid of this dust and dirt. This could be done in the Pixel Studio. Pixel Studio is very similar to Photoshop, or we can do it right here in the Develop Studio. So we're going to do it in the Develop Studio today, and we're going to reach for the blemish tool. And you'll see here that you get a cursor or a brush, a round brush, that you can resize using the bracket keys, right bracket key to increase, left bracket key to decrease. So make sure that the brush is slightly larger than the spot that you want to correct. If you just click, it will automatically select a sample spot to get rid of the blemish. You can also click and drag to find your own sample spot. It's usually pretty good in most cases finding a good spot for it. But there are cases where it may grab an area of the image that might be too dark or too light, or sometimes falls off the edge, in which case you can then adjust. If it auto selects and you don't like it, you can move that sample spot to wherever you want. So I'm going to pause the video for now while I get through cleaning the rest of this up, and then we'll pick up when we're ready to look at the white balance. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Oh, actually, I missed a spot here, so let me increase the size of my brush. And we'll get rid of this right here. And I'm going to grab a sample from here. Okay, perfect. Let's move back to the hand tool and take a look at where we're at. Okay, so I do want to make an adjustment to the white balance. I mean, it's not too bad. It could work with this, but I want to see if I can get it just a little bit. There seems to be a little bit of a cast there that I want to get rid of. So we could use the tint and the temperature sliders. So moving more to the green kind of helps with that cast that I was concerned about. If I wanted to be a bit cooler, slide it to the left. That's probably too cool. Slide it to the right to make it a bit warmer. That's probably too warm, but in here might be good. The other thing that you can do as well, if you have any neutral areas within the photograph, you can use the white balance tool right here and finding a spot that's fairly neutral, like maybe here, and that, doesn't look too bad, or here. When I shot the photo, I used daylight balance, so it's, probably not too far off where it should be. So we'll leave it there. The next thing I want to do is move into the black and white module. So let's get back to the hand tool. And black and white module is in tones. And here, if you felt you needed to further adjust the contrast, you could actually use the curves tool, your typical S curve. But I don't think we need to do that here. I think this is a little too stark because it was already fairly contrasty given the darker rocks and the lighter colored water. So we will reset this and turn off the curves, and we'll go to the black and white module. So in the black and white module, it initially does a basic black and white conversion, essentially desaturating the image. But we can further use the color sliders, which act similar to using a filter when you're using black and white film or shooting black and white in a digital camera. So what I want to do is I want to brighten up these spots here on the rocks that have, reds and oranges in them, and then darken more of the rocks around that. You can only go so far doing it this way. For any further adjustments, you'd have to get into dodging and burning, and we'll cover that off hopefully in the next video. So we're going to bring the reds up a little bit to brighten up those spots on the rocks. Right around here and up through here. And the yellows we're going to bring down a bit to add back some contrast there. So in around the edges, let's darken those a bit. The greens, let's see what greens will do for us here. Maybe not a lot, because I don't think there's a lot of green in there. So we'll leave that. Cyan and blue will affect the areas of the water that have sky reflecting in them. So let's take a look here. We can bring that down a bit. Now that kind of muddies it a bit. So I'm going to take the cyan up a bit, but I'm going to bring the blues down. And that will give us a bit more of a contrast in the water. And I don't think magenta will do anything here. Okay, so that is the adjustments we're going to look at today. Again, the idea is in basic raw processing to tackle any corrective adjustments first. And then you can start looking at the creative. So we'll get into more of the creative on the next video. So thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you've learned something and get something out of this video. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.